So here we are back on a different day.
Alright, to start off our zucchini lasagna, I need 3 large zucchinis. Well, these are the ones that were given to me by Tara and Jason from White Rock Homestead. This is directly from their garden. And these are huge. Normally I'll just get, 6 small ones or medium size, but this'll do. Yeah. Now for our zucchini lasagna, I know I'm not cutting it the longer ways. I'm doing it the shorter way. It's because we like some bite size. We want to be able to cut into the lasagna, have the kids eat it without, trying to choke on the zucchini there. So I use this nifty little slicer thing that I have here. I don't know what it's called. But it has 3 modes to it. It has 1, 2, and 3. 3 being the largest, thicker size. I ended up doing it right in the middle at 2. Not too thin and not too thick. We still want a little bit of a bite to it, I don't want to say like a crunch, but you don't want it to be soggy either. So I'm going to be chopping this, and I know they're huge. Man, you should have seen her garden. These are growing like crazy. Yep, so I told her, hey, I got a good idea to make what to make with zucchini. Yep, zucchini lasagna. That's the only way one of my oldest like to eat it. Zucchini. It has to be in either lasagna form. Or actually also zucchini chips too. Big chips. Big zucchini chips. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. So this is the last zucchini here. And I know I have so much of it. It's like taking over almost half of that board there. And you're probably thinking, hey, am I going to be using all of this? Well, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be using all of it. I think I'm going to have to freeze some to make that those zucchini chips later or some other day. But yeah, so getting finished here with this, making sure I'm not chopping off my fingers or slicing them. I've done that before. Keep those little piggies or piggies. Those are your feet. Yeah, keep those fingers out of that slicer. That thing's very sharp. And I do have a ninja slicer thing. I know it's huge. It's out there. But this is what I found first. So I was like, yeah, I'm using this. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up that onion there. I did needed 1 small onion. I didn't have a small onion at the moment. I had a large onion. So I cut it in half, and that's the half that I'm using right now. This is a sweet onion here because I'm making lasagna, so I wanted a sweet onion versus any other type of onion. I mean, you don't want a spicy lasagna and chop up white onions there. So this is the one we preferred. Doesn't have a kick to it. So I'm going to chop that up into small little cubes, squares. No, I'm not a professional at this. Nope. So I'm just going to slice them one way and chop them up the other way, preventing myself from chopping my fingers. Yeah. Yes, the knife needs to be sharpened. A lot of my knives do. Because, yeah, they're starting to get dull there. But there we are. We're done with that. I'm going to put those to the side, and I'm going to be using those 3 garlic cloves that I have there. I'm going to be peeling them in a second. Move that over to the side. Alright, so garlic cloves, you're next. So yes, I've seen several ways of how to peel them. Some people like to crush them like that on a knife and then throw them into a cup and kind of shake the cup up until they peel. I've tried it. It's messy. Yeah, gets everywhere. Does the job, but I'm stuck on my old ways, I guess. Yeah, what works for one doesn't work for others, or vice versa. Always try new things. See what you prefer best. So I'm going to go ahead and chop these up. And then I'm going to chop them up some more. I'm going to mince them. We're going to have minced onions. And that's just going to go right in there with the minced onions. Well, minced garlic is going to go with the cubed onions. I hope y'all's day is going well as I'm chopping all this up and getting ready for an awesome lasagna meal. Now, there we go. Move that over to the side. All of our chopped veggies are all taken care of here. And we're going straight to the pan. Hey, look at my nifty little stove. So, I'm putting the heat at medium. And then I'm going to use 1.5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, 1.5. Extra virgin olive oil. Toss it in there. Let it heat up a little bit. Yep. I know, that's a big old bottle, but it lasts me a long time. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Drip, drip, drip. Yep. Turkey sausage, 1 pound of that. 1 pound. Now this is going to be a lot of meat. Yep. I know. I'm trying to clean it off on the pan. I was like, I'm just giving over. Just squeeze it all in there. Don't worry about cleaning that knife. Put the knife to the side for a second. Toss it all in there. There we go. Yep. Now, that was a turkey sausage there. Now we're going to go over with the ground turkey. Yep, ground turkey. Chop that up too. Take it out. Told you were going to use that knife again. Yep. Now squeeze all that in there. Then you can toss the knife to the side. You don't need the knife anymore. Yeah. Yep. So, bye-bye knife. Or, there you go. Now I got a wooden spoon. I'm crushing all of this together. Yeah. I do have that smasher somewhere. I don't know where at the moment. But this is the next best thing. Wooden spoon does everything, right? So I'm going to smash this up and I'm going to brown it for 5 whole minutes, right? That's about as long as what it takes to brown it. You brown it up until it's browned, right? And then once it's browned, that's why you know when to stop. Yeah. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. This is going to be browning for a bit. And once it's browned, I'm going to strain it. Because it needs to be strained. And it needs to be transferred over to my lovely bowl. Just a bowl. Yeah. Which you'll see it in a bit. Yeah. There we go. Nice and browned. No, the seasoning doesn't go in here yet. No, I didn't put the onions in here yet. That'll be later. There's my bowl. Start straining this, getting this out. Yep. It's so lovely. It is lovely. It's so weird doing a voiceover on this video, guys. I mean, this is my first time doing it. Yeah. Just hoping that I didn't do too bad. So I did make a small mistake here. I don't want y'all to follow that small mistake or else y'all are going to be doing the same thing as me. So you see that pan right there, right? It's full of the oil and all of the turkey broth. Well, you were supposed to dump that out some and then just leave about maybe a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of that left, enough to be able to saute the onions and the garlic there. which I didn't do. And I caught myself later doing that. But yeah, that's what I was supposed to do. So as you can see, it's cooking. Onions and garlic, nice and soft. That's what we want them to do. We want them to get nice and soft. And then I'm like, oh no, they're drowning. This ain't supposed to happen. Oh my, I caught myself. Now I gotta get a spoon and scoop this oil out. Yep, that's what's gonna happen if you don't scoop it. If you don't take it out first and then saute your onions and garlic there. So, yep guys, please do not do this. And if you do, alright, happy accident, it can be fixed. So I'm just going to take a couple of spoonfuls out of this out. And just enough to be like, yo, this is where it was supposed to be at. And boom. There we go. That sounds looks a lot better. Alright, so I'm going to add the seasonings to this. We have some oregano. Now you can get fresh oregano and mince it yourself. But if you already have the spices in the spice cabinet, why not use that? So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use some oregano. And oregano leaves here, it's going to be about 2 1/4 teaspoon, guys. 2 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. Toss it in there, mix it up. Boom. Yep. And then after that, you're going to be taking out the basil. Now you can use fresh basil if you want, minced, but I have it on the cupboard, so basil leaves it is, and I have 1.5 tablespoons. This one's tablespoons, not teaspoons. So go ahead and mix that in there with your onions and garlic and everything else. And last but not least on our seasoning is thyme, guys. Yep, got to bring out that thyme. And for thyme, it's going to be 2 1/4 teaspoon. 2 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. Yep. Now mix that into your onion and your garlics, which I was over there lollygagging and closing the thing instead of mixing. I was like, oh no, mix, Gladys. So I mixed. Low heat, remember? Low heat with all this. A little bit of pepper. I was going to say salt. Salt's coming up. Yep, some pepper. And then some salt. The little holes on the pepper are very, very tiny compared to the salt. So it's like you got to shake it out some. But yeah. So mix that in a bit. And then we're going to end up scooping all of that out. Yep, all of it. And I tossed it into the white bowl that has the turkey. Mix that all in there, and then we're going to set that aside. Obviously, it's going to cool off a little bit. Just keep mixing in there, letting all that airflow out. That's perfectly fine. Now, time to crack an egg. One large egg. We're going to crack it, and I'm going to blend it until it gets a little frothy. Yep. Beaten until frothy. That one little egg. Now, once that's all frothy, I'm going to put that down. Yep. Boom. Nicely. Yep. Keep mixing that a little bit. Let all that heat out. Now we got some ricotta cheese. Some part skim ricotta cheese. I am just going to go ahead and put in the full 32 ounces of that. 32 ounces of ricotta cheese. And then I'm like, hiya! And then I get the Parmesan out. The Parmesan is 5 ounces of that. Now, I'm not pouring all of the Parmesan in there because I do want to leave a little bit of Parmesan to put on top of the lasagna once it's all done, right at the end. So I'm just gonna toss almost all of it in there, leaving just a bit. There we go. Boom. See? There we go. Mix, mix, mix. Don't forget to add that egg in there. I know you add the egg in there when it's a little cooler, okay? You don't want that egg to cook in there. That's why the meat's got to be a little more cooler, okay? Alright, so we're mixing it in there. Yeah, there we go. Once it's all nicely mixed, it is ready to go. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup here. Yep. Clean up my space because I need to bring in that pan too. I think it's the pan is a 9 by 13. So there it is. Now you're going to get your favorite type of marinara sauce. I just chose this one here, the olive oil garlic, I believe it was. And I have another marinara sauce. There's 2 different kinds. I'm going to go ahead and coat the bottom of it first. Yep, gotta coat that. So as I'm coating this layer, very small, don't use all the marinara sauce. Just coat the bottom of the dish enough so that you can start layering the zucchini in there. I'm going to put about 2 layers of this zucchini because it's a lot of zucchini too. So just going to be 2 layers of this. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and add some of the ground beef, or ground turkey. I'm going to layer that in there too. Nice thin layer, coating the top of the zucchini. And then after that, you're going to add more marinara, more of your sauce. Yep. And add that in there. You can also make your own spaghetti sauce if you want. I mean, we just don't have tomatoes right now to be making spaghetti sauce. So after coating it in the bottom with the marinara sauce, I went ahead and layered it again with zucchini, and then I put more marinara sauce on top of it. Okay, you're kind of like putting marinara sauce in between the zucchini, which is fine. And then here's the other layer of turkey. And that zucchini was amazing. Homegrown zucchini. Thank you, Tara and Jason. Yep, there we go. Now we're adding the rest of the ground turkey. That's it. Gonna make it spread all the way, and when I tell you my baking dish was full, it was full. I added the rest of that Parmesan right on top of it. And for your leftover zucchinis, which I knew I was going to end up having some leftovers because that was a lot, I'm going to put it into a freezer bag and I'm going to freeze it. And it's going to be for a next meal or a snack. Take them out, pat them dry, toss them in the oven if you want with a little bit of salt and cracked pepper. Yep. And make yourself some chips or whatever it is that you want. And here's my mini oven. Now with the regular oven, it would take about, you would have to preheat it around 375. Well, with this little oven, I preheated it, or I didn't even need to preheat it because it goes right away, to 425 for about 20 minutes. That's how long it's going to take for the zucchini to cook. You know, or until your sauce starts bubbling up. And then you're like, yep, it's ready. So this thing was huge. It was a monster. Pulled it out and it was done. Look at that. That is awesome. This made 2 meals for us, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed cooking with me.